Hi, everybody. Nate Eaton here in the EastIdahoNews.com newsroom. We have some major developments in the death of Christopher Tapp. His death is now being considered or being investigated as a homicide. I received a tip a couple of weeks ago about this, and Las Vegas police have officially confirmed that Christopher Tapp's death was ruled, the coroner's office, Clark County Coroner's Office, ruled his death a homicide as a result of blunt force trauma to the head. Now, you might recall that Christopher Tapp died on November 5th. He was in Las Vegas, and at the time we were told he died due to serious head injuries, which was true, sustained in an accident. But the police are now saying that there's more to the story, and I'm just going to read what information they provided to me. On November 22nd, the Las Vegas Metro Police Department Homicide Unit was made aware of a suspicious death that occurred November 29th in the 3000 block of South Las Vegas Boulevard. You know Las Vegas Boulevard. It's the main strip there in Las Vegas. Christopher Tapp was there with a group of friends, and they're saying that on the 29th of October, police or medical personnel responded to a call for service regarding a male, later identified as 47-year-old Christopher Tapp, suffering from injuries as a result of a purported accident. Tapp was transported to the hospital and later pronounced deceased. Through the course of the suspicious death investigation, homicide detectives have learned Tapp was in an altercation inside a room at a resort before being located and transported to the hospital. The Clark County Coroner's Office has since ruled that Tapp's death was a homicide as a result of blunt force trauma to the head. Anyone with information is urged to contact the homicide unit by calling 702-828-3521. And you also can remain anonymous by calling Crime Stoppers 702-385-5555. So the big question is, it's being investigated as a homicide. Who's the suspect? Police aren't saying. They, at least at this moment, they're not saying. There's multiple suspects. If there's one suspect, we don't know at this point publicly. If they even have a suspect, they haven't said. I would assume in most, if not all cases, police know more than they will initially release. But they are saying Christopher Tapp's death was a homicide, according to the coroner. The death was a homicide. It was as a result of blunt force trauma to the head. Well, of course, if you're from Eastern Idaho or have followed this story at all, you know that Christopher Tapp's, it's just been a series of almost unbelievable events over the course of his life. When he was 18, or when he was a young man back in 1997, he was convicted wrongfully, I should say, for the death and rape of Angie Dodge, an 18-year-old teenager in Idaho Falls, an 18-year-old young woman. He tried multiple times to appeal the conviction. The Innocence Project got involved. The genealogy or genetic DNA was brought in. John Thomas, his local attorney, worked tirelessly to try to exonerate him. The media, Dateline NBC, did several episodes about his story. And back in 2017, he was released from prison. We were there that day when he walked out of those doors at the courthouse, and then just 2 years later, in 2019, he was exonerated officially when officers arrested 54-year-old Brian Drips, who ended up pleading guilty and admitted to killing and raping Angie Dodge, and he is now in prison and will be for the rest of his life. And so then Tapp walked free. He was out, and he settled with the city of Idaho Falls. I believe he got $11 million, a settlement just a year or two ago. I think it was June or July of 2022. And then this happens where he dies unexpectedly back in November, just 2 months ago. So that is the latest that we have. We, of course, will continue to stay up on this and bring you the latest developments. And you can watch previous stories, read prior information on EastIdahoNews.com in our archives. You can go back and watch that. And, of course, if there is an arrest in this homicide investigation or that people of interest are named, whatever else we can find, we will bring those details to you. But for now, reporting in the newsroom, I'm Nate Eaton for EastIdahoNews.com. Thanks for watching.